Welcome to the video today. It is November 5th, 2019. We're going to be talking about Litecoin. So what I want to do is start with my usual disclaimers. This isn't financial advice. I'm not your financial advisor. The market is extremely risky and you're responsible for your own trades, managing your own risk, doing your own research. This is just my opinion on the market, and of course, all of real-time discussions and everything all happen on the Discord server. If you need an invite to that, just throw in a comment. I'll be more than happy to get you an invite code. Doesn't cost anything for you. It's just a little group where we talk about various things. So let's go ahead and start talking a little bit about Litecoin. I'll get right into it. Want to keep this, rather short and sweet. So it was on the like the 23rd or the 24th. It was about the time where Bitcoin made its drop, Litecoin made its drop. All of the USD pairs made their drop, and I was talking about doing some spot buys down here. I believe the price was below $50. I could go back and check, but it doesn't really matter. It's all water under the bridge at this point. The price at the time was $48.77. But at that time, I was like, this is a really good time that you should be considering buying Litecoin because we had retraced 78.6% of the entire run up. And, for that, it's a pretty deep retrace. It bottomed out down here at, let's see, the low was 47.22. So it's like one of those things where you have to be a little brave to catch a falling knife. Because what we could definitely see here from this top, working our way down, it looked like we were getting close to the end of a of a falling wedge here. And I could just tell that we are so close to finishing this correction that this was the time to start buying Litecoin again. And I mean, of course, I did that at $48.77 or so. Price right now is up about 18% since then. But now the question, that I'm getting is this the time to buy? Is it okay to buy Litecoin now? Are we going to keep moving up? Are your targets still the same? I mean, yeah, the targets are still the same. What I can say here is this entire impulsive move up combined with this, this complex correction coming down, this is a good pivot that we need to hold. So the risk is a lot higher. I would say that if you are interested in buying Litecoin, that you're exposing yourself to a lot more risk here. I would say this level here at about $57.50 is going to be pretty important to hold. So definitely right here at about $57.50 or so, that level has to hold. And if it doesn't, then I would say that we're probably going to, at a minimum, revisit the slowdown here, or maybe potentially go even lower, maybe go down to the 887 down here at about $35 or so. That would be pretty extreme. It does look like we are starting to get a little bit of follow through, and generally speaking, a lot of the alts are making these moves. So a lot of the alts are showing a little bit of strength. Naturally so, they have been just completely decimated for so long. It's time for them, not that they have to, but it's time for them to have a little bit of a relief rally. I'm still not going to be super bullish on things. I'm still not going to be extremely, extremely bullish because people have gotten caught one too many times over that. That doesn't mean that I'm not going to make some bold projections on where things could go if we do happen to be bullish. A couple things though, we have to break through some of these support and resistance levels. So for Litecoin, the current resistance is right here at about $63. So about $63 right there. That's going to be our current resistance. The next level of resistance that is very clear is at about $78. And I'm basically looking at these green horizontals based on candle closures, based on these levels on the daily time frame. So we can see where all of the confluence is here. We have wicks beyond closing as support, wicks above closing as resistance, wicks above confirming resistance, and same thing on the way down. We had resistance, support, resistance, fall through, resistance, 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 breakthrough. Then we have lots of support here. So lots of support was building at $57.80. So let me drill down to a 4-hour time frame so we can see this with a little more noise. Again, we have our resistance came down, and this is where we signaled the buy down here, and again about 48.77 or so. And then once we broke through, we're now confirming this as support. Many times we confirm this as support, and on a 4-hour time frame, the 55 exponential is holding as support currently. Right now in the 4-hour time frame, we're trading quite a ways away from the 21 exponential, the 55 exponential, and we had the bullish cross on the 21 and the 55 all the way back here when Litecoin was trading at about $58, $57.81 was the low. We came back down here to retest this 21 exponential, and of course we had a good reaction off of that, and now we're having a good reaction off the 55 exponential. No signs of a bearish cross anytime soon. Again, we have to start trading below the 21 exponential, which right now is at about $60. So as far as managing risk goes, if you want to consider buying up here, I would wait for things to work themselves out. But again, I would be looking for a move, a move up above $63, a closing 4-hour candle above $63, maybe come back to support it. But a candle closure above $63 does lend to, a lot more upside. So let's talk real quick about where targets might be. So I've got 3 minutes left before I hit my personal goal of having a 10-minute video or less here. So long-term goals for Litecoin, assuming this pivot down here holds. So assuming this $48 level holds and we don't go any lower, and again, it's okay if we come back down to retest it. I don't want to see any more new lows though. So I don't want to see this low of $47 and some odd cents, $47.22 to be invalidated. I don't want to see that to be pushed through. I see this as the stop hunt, and now we're trying to get that bullish reaction to push ourselves upward and onward. So we have two scenarios for a bullish reaction. We have, are we in an ABC correction, or are we in a humongous 5-wave impulse? So I've outlined both of those scenarios, and I've got a couple different fib pulls on here that I want to talk about. So, so the projections that I've got here for an A, B, C, so again, just to put this on here, starting down here at the bottom, we have either an A, B, and then C, so we'll talk about why that level is so important, or we have the potential that we are working on a 1, 2, and then we're going to go up for a 3, come down here for a 4, and then we're going to go up to the 5. Okay, that would be pretty crazy. That would be pretty crazy, but it's not completely out of the question. So the question here is, are we in an ABC correction, or are we in a 5-wave impulse? And what really is going to determine that is how far we go on this this trend-based fib extension. So again, starting from the bottom, working our way to the top, and coming back to the retrace using our trend-based fib extension right here. I'll move this out of the way a little bit so we can see it a little better. What I'm showing here is our first target is going to be 123. The next target, which is going to be a new local high, is going to be about $170. The next target is going to be about 200, almost right on the nose. So 200, again, that's a pretty good number as far as it's a pretty good number as far as psychology goes, $200. What it really doesn't really fall in line with is any fib pull or any fib level on this pull from the top at 420 all the way down here to the bottom at $22.24. I'm leaning more towards the 175 level. The 175 level is the 382 on this entire structure, on the entire bearish structure moving down. That's the 382. We broke through the 236 on this first move. We went about halfway between the 236 and the 382. And then coming down here, starting to see this start to move back up. Again, I do want to see some of these. I want to see some of these support and resistance levels start to flip. You know, I talk about that kind of thing all the time. I hope that that I've said that enough that you understand the meaning behind support and resistance flipping. We got to push above that $62, $63 level. Then we've got to push above the $77 level. Then we have to push above this $100 level. And if we can push through those three levels, that obviously at that point it would indicate that we are seeing a move to the upside, and that we're likely going to see some more continuation. I would expect at least 175 out of this move. Invalidation on that would likely be a push down below 56 and definitely a push below $48. So if that happens, then I do think that we have potential for even lower, probably revisiting the $22 to $30 lows. You know, we have to wait and see how that all that pans out. One thing that would be very nice to see is us continuing to trade above the 55 exponential on the daily, which is sitting right here at $61.05. We're at $62.59 right now. If we can continue trading above that, then I do think that there is a chance for a bullish cross. This isn't a golden cross scenario, it's just a slower moving average that's going to be crossing below a faster moving average. So this 21 exponential moving above the 55 exponential, showing that bulls do have a little bit of strength, which would indicate that we do likely have some more upside. You know, although a retest of this 21 exponential or even the 55 exponential will likely be in the cards. So don't get caught in too much of the chop, right? Take a step back and look at the chart on a much wider scale. Don't get caught in all the noise, and definitely take a look at that. So again, invalidation level would be us pushing below $50. If we push below $50, I would say get out. I would say that if we do continue moving upward and we are able to take over the $62 to $63 level that we were talking about earlier, then I do think that there is more potential to get to more of these resistance levels and either test them or flip them. This move right here, up to about $85, which is where the 200 simple moving average on the daily is, very likely that we'll hit that. It's very likely that we'll hit at least $84, $85. So that would not surprise me to get up there. But yeah, if we start reclaiming resistance levels and we are testing them and confirming them as support, then I do think that we have potential to get up to the 175 level. We could have potential to get to the $199, $200 level. But this one right here at $250, if we're able to get to $250, and I say that with a big if, again, I don't want to be extremely bullish, then I do think that we have a higher probability over time after a pullback to about 175 to go back up to about $350 to $375. That's what I've got for you right now in Litecoin. I'm going to be doing some more videos a little later on, but feel free to like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. And again, if you want an invite to the Discord, let me know in a comment and I will get an invite code out for you. Have a good one every day. Thanks for the comments and thanks for all of